Hey friends, Mr. Rogers and Kevin here. We're going to work on one of my favorite lessons. It's called The Storm. Now you can see there's this really nice poem here, but the best way to actually do this is just going to be to dive right in. So copy my motions and echo my words. Here we go. 1 is for a sunny day. With 2, the clouds will show. With 3, we feel the raindrops fall. With 4, the winds will blow. With 5, the lightning starts to flash. With 6, the thunder roars. 7 tells us hail will fall. This storm must run its course. It storms for almost 8 hours. At 7, we sense retreat. At 6, the hail no longer drops. At 5, the lightning's weak. At 4, the wind no longer blows. At 3, the raindrops cease. At 2, the clouds will roll away. And 1 brings sunny peace. Awesome work, friends. Did you notice when you did 1, it was pretty quiet? And then what happened when you added 2? What about when you add 3, 4, 5, and so on? Yes, 6, that's right. It's getting louder and louder, right up until it storms for almost 8 hours. And then it gets softer and softer on the way out as we go from 8 with everything, 7, and then 6, our feet stop and we're just patting our laps. 5, we're back to our hands. And then you can notice again, 5 is going to be louder than 4. Because there's more fingers to hit. 4 is going to be louder than 3. 3 is softer than 4 because there's less fingers. 2 is even softer than 3. 1 is the softest one. Now, if I can share my screen while doing this, I'm going to teach us about dynamics, which is what we explored in the storm. Hey, look at that. I figured it out. All right. So 1 is where we are at our softest. Now the difference, again, remember, soft and loud are not the same as high and low. When we talk about high and low, that's with pitch. So like a high pitch is way up here, way up high in the high pitch. And then a low pitch is way down here in the low pitch, low. But loud and soft are different things entirely. So 1 starts very softly and it gets louder at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is when it is at its loudest, and then it gets softer and softer and softer. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. These are dynamics. Dynamics is basically a fancy word for volume. Look, right there. Dynamics is a fancy word for volume. So loud is forte. That's a good one to know. That's where we were when it stormed for 8 hours. We were forte! And then when we were all the way down just at 1 for a sunny day, for a sunny piece, that's piano. That's very soft. What's the difference? This one sounds piano. And that one's forte. Now what you see here, the crescendo gets louder as it goes. See how right here it's small and then it gets really wide here? That's like a mouth going, So what I like to say, whenever we do crescendo, crescendo gets louder. We go crescendo, and then we get louder. And then, of course, the decrescendo, you can see how it's very wide here, and then it gets smaller and smaller. It's like a mouth closing. So if we get louder when we go crescendo, we're going to get softer when we go decrescendo. Let's try it again. Let's do a crescendo. Ready? Here we go. Crescendo. And now we're really loud. And let's do it. 1, 2, 3, decrescendo. Fantastic. Awesome, friends. Now let's try doing it straight through. We're just going to go right through. There's no echo. There's no copy. You're just going to do what I'm doing when I'm doing it. Now, I know you might not know the words yet, so let's just try to focus on the motions and see if you can hear it. Crescendo as it gets louder, and then decrescendo as it gets softer and softer and softer. Oh no, there I go. 1 is for a sunny day. With 2, the clouds will show. With 3, we feel the raindrops fall. With 4, the winds will blow. With 5, the lightning starts to flash. With 6, the thunder roars. 7 tells us hail will fall. This storm must run its course. It storms for almost 8 hours. At 7, we sense retreat. At 6, the hail no longer drops. At 5, the lightning's weak. At 4, the wind no longer blows. At 3, the raindrops cease. At 2, the clouds will roll away. And 1 brings sunny peace. Fantastic, friends. Now, if you've been doing the storm alone, you need to go find somebody else and do it with them. It's way more fun the more people you add to it. Because when you're hitting your fingers off of your hands, the more people you have doing this, when you go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, the more it's going to sound like actual rain. And the more this whole thing sounds like an actual storm. It's really, really fun. Plus, the more people you have doing it, let's say you have 2 people. One person could do 1 and then maybe stomp their feet for 2. With 2, the clouds will show. And then if you have a friend take over at 3 and 4, and you keep doing what you were doing here for 1 and 2, it's still going to crescendo and crescendo and crescendo. And then as you get rid of those parts, as you count backwards, it'll decrescendo and decrescendo and decrescendo. Yeah. You can also improvise some instruments. I'm looking around. Here's a bowl that I eat goldfish out of whenever I'm working down here. So we'll say that's 1. 1 is for a sunny day, just me hitting it off the table. Then if I want to add an instrument, we'll say with 2, that's the actual goldfish I'm eating. With 2, the clouds will show. And you can see already how it gets louder and louder. And if you add more and more instruments to it, it will get louder and louder still. And then if you remove instruments, it gets quieter and quieter. Friends, I hope you enjoyed the storm. I know I do. It really is one of my favorite ones. I'm very sad though I couldn't be there in person this year to do it. But I still hope you had fun. I know I did. I'm going to probably eat some of these goldfish now because I got myself hungry. Stay safe, friends. Take care.